Hello, dear students. Let us see the question which we have tried to solve yesterday. I'm just going to read the question for you. The electrical resistance of a column of 0.05 mole per liter NaOH solution of diameter 1 centimeter and length 50 centimeter is 5.55 into 10 to the power 3 ohm. Calculates its resistivity, conductivity, and the molar conductivity. What information do we have is your C is equal to 0.05 mole per liter. The diameter is 2r, that is equal to 1 centimeter, and therefore r is equal to 0.5 centimeter. The resistance given is 5.55 to 10 to the power 3 ohm, and we need to calculate the rho, we need to calculate kappa, and we need to calculate lambda m. It's very simple to understand now. We'll look at this. So here you can see that your 2r is equal to 1 centimeter, and therefore r is equal to 0.5 centimeter. So area of cross section A is equal to pi r square. If you put the value of pi as 3.14, we get 3.14 into 0.5 into 0.5 centimeter square, ultimately leads to 0.785 centimeter square. We know that r is equal to rho into L by L, therefore rho is equal to r into a divided by L. So by putting the values 5.5 into 10 to the power of 3 multiplied by 0.785 divided by 50, or multiplying this 50 with 2 and numerator and denominator with 2, we ultimately get the answer 87.135 ohm into centimeter. We know that kappa is equal to 1 upon rho, that is equal to 1 upon 87.135 Siemens per centimeter. So your kappa is 0.011485 centimeter. We know that if we have the value of kappa in Siemens centimeter, then we use the formula lambda m is equal to kappa into 1000 divided by C, where C represents the molar concentration in mole per liter. We have the concentration C 0.05 mole per liter, we have kappa 0.01148, and we have 1000 as a 1000, and ultimately we get 29.6 centimeter, sorry, 229.6 Siemens centimeter square per mole. So my dear students, we can easily calculate, and this kind of questions are frequently asked into the board exam even, and even into the competitive exams. The conductivity of 0.2 molar solution of KCl at 298 Kelvin is 0.0248 Siemens per centimeter. Calculate the molar conductivity. So we can see simply here what is the data given. We can see that C is 0.2 mole per liter. Your kappa is 0.0248 Siemens per centimeter. What you need to calculate is lambda m. You can see here kappa is given in Siemens per centimeter, and that is why we can use the formula lambda m0 is equal to kappa into 1000 divided by C. We can avoid this 0 here, it's not needed. So your lambda m is equal to kappa into 1000 into C, so you can write it 0.0248 multiplied by 1000 divided by 0.2. Your C, that is the concentration, is 0.2 mole per liter, and by solving this we easily find out that the answer is 124 Siemens centimeter square per mole. This is your textbook exercise question. Again, we have one more question to discuss here, my dear student. The resistance of a conductivity cell containing 0.01 molar KCl solution at 298 Kelvin is 1500 ohm. What is the cell constant if conductivity of 0.01 molar KCl solution at 298 K is 0.146 into 10 to the power minus 3 Siemens per centimeter? What is the data given is the C is equal to 0.001 mole per liter, resistance R is equal to 1500 ohm, kappa is 0.146 into 10 to the power minus 3 Siemens per centimeter. We just need to find out G star. G star is known as the cell constant. So we know that G star is equal to kappa into R, and therefore 0.146 into 10 to the power minus 3 Siemens per centimeter multiplied by 1500 ohm. Siemens is actually Ohm inverse, and that is why Siemens and Ohm get cancelled, and ultimately we get 0.219 centimeter inverse. So this is how we can get the answers. Now we need to understand a very important law which is known as the Corrás law of independent migration of ions. Corrás law of, we have seen into the previous theory that it is difficult to find out the limiting molar conductivity for weak electrolyte because its graph goes parallel with the y-axis, and it is difficult to find out lambda m0 for a weak electrolyte by the graphical method. So using this Corrás law, we can find out the limiting molar conductivity for any electrolyte, and that is why we are going to study the Corrás law. Corrás has examined that lambda m, that is limiting molar conductivity values for a number of strong electrolytes, and observed certain regularities. Corrás observed that the difference in the lambda m0 of electrolyte NaX, that X can be Cl, Br, IF, whatever, and Kx, that X is equal to Cl, Br, I, for any X is necessary is nearly constant. For example, he has observed at 298 Kelvin, lambda m0 of KCl minus lambda f0 NaCl is equal to lambda m0 of KBr minus lambda m0 of NaBr is equal to lambda m0 of Ki minus lambda f0 of Nai, and the value is 23.4 Siemens centimeter square per mole. He has done some more observation and also derived few more. Similarly, he has derived that lambda m0 of NaBr minus lambda f0 of NaL is equal to lambda m0 of KBr minus lambda m0 of KCl is equal to 1.8 Siemens per centimeter, Siemens into centimeter square per mole. From the above observation, Corrás gave a law called Corrás law of independent migration of ions. The law states that limiting molar conductivity of an electrolyte can be represented as the sum of the individual contribution of the anion and cation of the electrolyte. It simply means that we can get the lambda m by adding the lambda m0 for cation and lambda m0 for anion. Thus, for lambda 0 Na plus and lambda 0 Cl minus are limiting molar conductivity of the sodium and chloride ions respectively, then the limiting molar conductivity of sodium chloride is given as limiting molar conductivity of sodium chloride is equal to limiting molar conductivity of sodium ion plus limiting molar conductivity of chloride ions. Generally, if an electrolyte dissociates and gives mu plus cations and mu minus anions, this is the number of ions, then its limiting molar conductivity is given as lambda m0 is equal to mu plus lambda 0 plus mu minus lambda 0 minus. Here lambda 0 plus and lambda 0 minus. Here lambda 0 plus and lambda 0 minus are the limiting molar conductivity of anion and cation respectively. Now we'll understand the applications of the Corrás law.